Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race preview on this Derby weekend here at Bangalore, the 17th day of the Bangalore Winter Meeting 2018 and 19. We start off the first race, which is the Ullal Beach Plate, and we start off the first runner coming up will be number 1 Fierce Fighter and number 4 Phoenix Reach. These are the two runners. Fierce Fighter was grazing the wrong end of the field, and just ahead was Phoenix Reach, who ended up finishing on 6th on this outing. Another Rainbow was the one who came and eventually won on this occasion, whereas Fierce Fighter ran ninth, in fact, after that third in his previous outing behind Nostradamus, so that sprint trip rated at 19s when blinkers, tongue stuck, cross nose band, whereas the other number 4 Phoenix Reach ended up 6th after disappointingly running 9th behind Nostradamus, ended up 6th. This horse has certainly improved after that previous outing rated at 16, sporting cross nose band. Number 2 will be Able Master, and number 5 Turf Prospector. The two runners. Turf Prospector has been produced about 4 wide, had that lovely opening in between runners, and it could have come and finish on farm or closer, but ran 4th on this outing is Turf Prospector, and in previous outing ran 6th behind Lovely Sierra, putting blinkers rated at 15, whereas the other runner in this race is number 2, that's Able Master. This is another horse which hasn't shown any form at all, barring that one run in his first starting, hasn't shown that form, finishing on last in this outing. Foyet Omar was the winner of this race, from blinkers rated at 18. 3 will be Jin Daisy, and number 8 also coming up is Afrikaan. Jin Daisy was the one, being produced about 4 wide and finished on ending up in that back bunch as Jin Daisy. Green Coast out of Dama Grand as Jin Daisy. This is another runner which hasn't shown any form, barring that one run in Bangalore summer, is Jin Daisy's one tongue stop rated at 70. The winner being She's Stylish, whereas number 8, Afrikaan, finished 5th out of 11 runners, rated at 9. One tongue stop, cross nose bend, pacified blinkers, is number 8, Afrikaan. And certainly, Afrikaan was catching up the front runners and ran finishing on 5th on this outing. Number 6 will be Securing Smiles, number 7 Golden Opinion, and number 9 also coming up for scrutiny, that's Track Striker. These are the 3 runners with Extremely Dangerous winning this race, but let's have a look at Golden Opinion, who ran 10th, was in that back bunch and finished on 10th. Extremely Dangerous was the winner. Track Striker on the other hand ran a forward race and fell back to finish on 7th on the starting. Securing Smiles was the one who started off his campaign in Mysore with a 2nd B and Shamshar as girl, subsequently here in winter, and 12th B and Fantastic App with 10th B and Another Rainbow, and 4th be an Extremely Dangerous one, blinkers tongue strap, rated at 13. Number 7 Golden Opinion, poorly finishing on off the frame on both those occasions. 11th be an Nostradamus, 10th be an Extreme Dangerous one, blinkers tongue strap, rubber bit, rated at 11, and Track Striker finished on ending up 7th. Yet another runner hasn't shown any forms, from blinkers tongue strap, rated at 7. 10 will be WINX. WINX is at a start and not a board request is WINX, who finished 6th out of 8 runners. In fact, is WINX in the colors of orange with grey Maltese crosses. WINX started at a board request, finished ending up in that back bunch, responding blinkers rated at 7. 11 will be Rocket Punch. Rocket Punch finished 8th. HAFNIUM was the winner of this race, and Rocket Punch was the one who was being produced about 5 wide off the fence. Was Rocket Punch putting that blue cap, and eventually ran, ending up 8th out of 11 runners. Is Rocket Punch is at a Malav Quintara or Special Quest is Rocket Punch. Previously no form to go by, and in summer 1 second behind Kamsham is Rocket Punch from blinkers tongue stop, rated at 5. 12 will be Classic Speed. Classic Speed ran 7th. The Premier Premises was the winner of this race, almost in that 5th position. Got that run towards the rail side and eventually ran, ending up 7th out of 13 runners is Classic Speed. After running almost last for most part of the journey, improved positions to run 7th on this outing is Classic Speed. Roy Meritor at triple time, one blinkers, cross nose band, rated at 4. The second race is the Division 2 of the Raichur Plate. Distance is 1600. Forces rated 15 to 35. And number 1 will be Alif, who ran 8th. Lawrence of Arabia was the winner of this race. And number 5, Extremely Dangerous, was the one who ran 2nd on this outing. Is Extremely Dangerous, led the field and fought out the issue for a brief while at the final 200 meters with Lawrence of Arabia, and ultimately ended up finishing on 2nd, 4.25 lengths behind Lawrence of Arabia. Previously winner beating Honey Traps from tongue stop, rated at 23 is Extremely Dangerous. Alif, on the other hand, both this turn ended up finishing off the frame 10th behind Spirit Bruce, and in this run ended up 8th out of 12 runners, rated at 26, putting side cheek pace. 2 will be Lee and Grant, and number 6 also coming up for scrutiny is MEMORITER. But let's have a look at Lee and Grant's credentials. At a total gallery of Majani is that Lee and Grant, both the outings ran 9th, 9th behind Angel Kiss and 9th behind For Tomo rated at 25 is Leon Grant, whereas the other runner is MEMORITER. MEMORITER was the one who has run a good races, in fact, but slowly sliding down the ladder after that. Second behind Kashka, ran fourth in his next starting behind Ambrosio, and fifth behind For Tomas from Tungstop rated at 23. Will be Prince Charmo, who ran fifth on the starting, the winner being Mariachi, and being produced on the wide outside, in fact, as Prince Charmo. And I Do What I Do is the one who we have a look at. Let's have a look at the first runner in this race is number one, in fact, that is Prince Charmo. Prince Charmo was the one on both occasions, ran fifth behind Spanish Beauty and fifth behind Mariachi, sporting tongue strap. Pacifier blinkers rated at 24 is Prince Charmo, rated at 24 in fact, whereas the other run in this race is number 8, I Do What I Do. Well, both occasions ran fourth and one's fifth behind Angelino, rated at 21 from tongue strap. We move on to the next runner is number 7, 3 Wishes, the winner being Lofty Thoughts, and let's have a look at the next runner coming up. 7, 3 Wishes, who ran fourth on the starting. Lofty Thoughts is the winner of this race. Well, being produced about 4 wide off the fence. In fact, it's 3 Wishes. And, well, started to gradually improve positions at one point of time as 3 Wishes, and ended up finishing on 4th out of 13 runners as 3 Wishes. Net visit of Wine House is 3 Wishes. This horse, well, certainly has improved over a period of time in his last 3 outings in this winter season. When Binker's tongue strap rated at 22. 9 will be Ocean Park. Ocean Park is the one is out of Lord Admiral, out of Barala is Ocean Park, who's had 3 outings. Well, another runner who had a good form in his previous outings, that's in either in Mysore or in the start of Bangalore winter, and subsequently hasn't reproduced that form in his next 2 outings, finishing 9th in Mariachi and 7th in Agnes, when tongue strap rated at 21. 10 will be Shaktiman. Shaktiman ran 6th on this outing, West Virginia, out of Argentina. Well, this is another runner which had a good form in Mysore, but here in his lone outing here in race number 80, finished on 6th out of 11 runners. Sahara was the winners from Blinkers tongue strap rated at 21. 11 will be Smile of Joy. Smile of Joy finished 7th. Ambrosio was the winner. In that mid-pack, sporting the sheepskin noseband, was a Smile of Joy. Is that of Charmo out of Astral is Smile of Joy. Twice 7th, with once 5th being Full Bloom is Smile of Joy, rated at 21. The third race is the Premium Spirit Plate Division 2 for distance about 1200 meters. For horses rated 15 to 35, 5 years old and over. We have a look at number 1, Indian Brahmos, coming up for scrutiny. Indian Brahmos ran 11th. The back marker, in fact, is Indian Brahmos. 11th on this outing. Lawrence of Arabia was the winner. We've seen this footage earlier where Extremely Dangerous finished on 2nd, and Lawrence of Arabia emerging victorious, clear by a comfortable margin. But Indian Brahmos was the one, never sure of any improvement at all, and finished on ending up 11th out of 12 runners on this outing is Indian Brahmos. Previously 4th in Noble Sapphires, and spawning Pacifier blinkers rated at 30. 2 will be Love for Life. Love for Life ran 5th. Charmed Life was the winner of this race. Traveled on the wide outside, been ridden out hard, in fact, as Love for Life. Despite that, could only come and finish on 5th out of 9 runners, spawning Side Chickpeas. Rubber D Bit rated at 25 is number 2, Love for Life. 3 will be As Good As It Gets. As Good As It Gets finished 5th. The Royal Resolution was the winner of this race, and As Good As It Gets was the one who ended up finishing on in that mid-pack, finishing in fact 8th on this outing. Well, hasn't done anything much of note in his last 3 outings, but started off on a good note by finishing 2nd behind Raven Star. Subsequently, hasn't shown that form is as good as it gets, putting blinkers, crossnose band rated at 24. 5 will be Lookout, with depth charge been withdrawn in this race. We hop on to the next runner, that's Lookout. Lookout was the one who ran 3rd in his previous starting being Full Bloom, but this run in race number 46 ran 6th out of 13 runners. 6th right throughout, in fact, is Lookout. Lofty Thoughts the winner on tongue strap, crossnose band rated at 24. 6 will be Hunter's Moon. Hunter's Moon finished 2nd. Another Rainbow was the winner of this race, and Hunter's Moon was the one up there in front, having that useful lead, about 2 in front. But ultimately, another Rainbow came and won on this occasion, nailed down, in fact, Hunter's Moon in the last few strides. And Hunter's Moon ran a mighty race, in fact, to finish on 2nd. 1 length off the winner, rated at 22. Tungsta crossnose band, pacifier blinker. 7 will be Majestic Rajkumari. So Majestic Rajkumari was the one. 3rd behind Princess Pride, and 2nd out of 12 runners behind Nostradamus is Majestic Rajkumari, rated at 22. Spinning basket bit is number 7, Majestic Rajkumari. 8 will be Astron. Astron is the one who ran 11th. Last, in fact, is Astron. Literally struggling in that back bunch was Astron. Although given a couple of backhanders, but ended up finishing on 11th out of 12 runners, in fact, is Astron. But in a proof out of Astral Queen, just beat one home in this race. But tongue strap, rubber bit, cross nose band rated at 19. Good Word is number 9 in the card, who was the one who ran 6th on the sorting, the winner being Ain, and Good Word was the one who was moving up, but ended up only finishing on 6th out of 13 runners. In fact, Ain was the winner, and this is over that 1100-meter trip. Previously, twice 4th in Mysore behind Blue Jack, and Tough Spirit is Good Words. Tongue stop rated at 19. 10 will be Savisa. Savisa was the one who ran 6th on the starting. Is Savisa towards the rail side. In that 3rd or 4th position was Savisa, but eventually ended up finishing on 6th out of 10 runners. Royal Gladiator, Southern Goddess is number 10, Savisa, rated at 19. Tongue stop and cross nose band is number 10, Savisa. 11 is Capstone. Capstone finished 9th. Kodla Punch was the winner of this race, and Capstone was the one almost in that 6th position was Capstone towards the rail side, about 2 wide off the fence, and finished on 9th out of 11 runners. Kodla Punch was the one who came and nailed down the front runners, whereas Capstone finished on 9th, rated at 18 for Tungsta Cross Nose Band. 12 will be Vasuki. Vasuki finished 12th. The Raw Gold was the winner. Last, in fact, as Vasuki is out of multi-dimensional. Congratulations, is Vasuki. Has had 2 outings in Bangalore Summer, finishing 11th behind Henko and 13th behind Hartnell. But this occasion, this is the Bangalore Summer Run 2018 Bangalore Summer, where Vasuki finished number 12, Vasuki. The 4th race is the Kumara Raja MM Mutaya Trophy. Distance is 1600. Force is rated 30 to 50. We start off with the first runner. That's number 1, Akita Pro. Well, Akita Pro, this is the Chennai run you're looking at, where TUDOR Treasure was the winner of this race, and Akita Pro ran 3rd on the sorting. Winner of a race beating Spirit Bruce, and 2nd behind A Command, in fact, is Akita Pro. But on this occasion here in the 1000 guineas in Chennai, ran 3rd behind TUDOR Treasure is Akita Pro's Tungsta Crossnose Band, rated at 52. Will be Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali finished 6th. The Invader was the winner of this race. This is the 2000 guineas run you're looking at of Salvador Dali, where it was in that second last position was Salvador Dali, and finished on ending up 6th out of 9 runners behind the Invader. In fact, ran 2nd behind Castaway in his previous outings from Blinkers Cosmos Band, rated at 49. 3 will be King of the Wind, was the eventual winner in this race. Race number 26 you're looking at, well, beat the Invader by a margin of 4.5 length in his previous outing, is King of the Wind, and ended up 5th behind Hajira. But this run, race number 26, that mile trip, beat the Invader by a margin of 4.5 lengths. But pretty comprehensive win by King of the Winds. Tungsta Cross was band 848. She's My Script. Well, She's My Script was the one who was in that back bunch, and ended up finishing on 7th on this. In fact, 6th out of 8 runners behind Mia Culpa is She's My Script. After that, 5th in the 1000 guineas behind ended up 6th on this occasion. Spinning Cross was band rated at 48. 5 will be Reference. Let's have a look at Reference's credential, who ran 10th on the sorting. Is Reference in that back bunch was Reference almost in that second last position, and finished on ending up there itself is Reference. But in a proof of Lady Grosh, no form to go by, rated at 46 from Blinkers and Tongue Strap. Next 3 runners we go across to will be number 6, Tanora, with number 7, TYTO Alba, and number 8, Kashka. These are the 3 runners we go across to. Let's have a look at the first runner. That's Tanora. 4th on the first turning being King of the Wind, and 10th out of 11 runners being Mystic Flame, in fact, from Blinkers Tongue Stop rate 42. TYTO Alba then 3rd being Gerontocrat, and 4th out of 11 runners being Mystic Flame, from Tongue Stop rated at 36. And Kashka was the one. Well, Kashka was a winner in his previous starting, beating MEMORITER, and in this occasion ran 5th out of 11 runners. 5th right throughout was Kashka, rated at 35. From Tongue Strap and Cross Nose Band is number 8, Kashka. What the Script of the Georgina is number 8, Kashka. And 9 will be CIEL ETOILE. CIEL ETOILE has been produced the widest of all. In fact, almost 6-7 wide off the fence will CIEL ETOILE been driven out, and ultimately ended up finishing 4th out of 12 runners behind Mohican. After that, 2nd behind Treasure Delight, ran 4th from Tungsta Crossnose Band, rated at 33. 10 will be Lightning Attack. Lightning Attack was in that back bunch. 14th on this occasion is Lightning Attack. Wings of Desire was the winner in this race, winning by a margin of 1 3/4 lengths. Fourth behind Sarais Nova, and in this occasion, 14th out of 14 run has been Wings of Desire. That's the form and credentials of Lightning Attack. Arizona out of Bold Birds from Tuxtro Crossnose Band, rated at 31. The fifth race is the Ravi Agrawal Memorial Bangalore Winter Million Grade 3, distance about 1200 meters for 3-year-old horses. And we have a look at number 1, Star Cavalry. Well, Star Cavalry was the one who was almost in that 5th position at this point of time at the final 200 meters. And look at the acceleration being produced by Star Cavalry. Literally came up with a lightning run on the outside to come and nail down here and now in the last possible stride. And Star Cavalry ran a mighty race, in fact, in this occasion. Star Cavalry Corporate Jungle out of Sparta, and 2 will be Anais. Anais was the one who was the eventual winner in this race and won by a margin of convincing margin of 10 1/4 lengths. This is certainly a good performance coming in from Anais, and ran a mighty race, beating here and now once again in race number 30. Well, 3 will be Desert Rose, and number 5, Sir PIGGOT, the next 2 runners. Desert Rose, after that 6th behind the star appearance, came and emerged victorious, beating here and now. But Sir PIGGOT, on the other hand, 3rd behind Anais with 9th behind Malva, and in this occasion ran 8th out of 9 runners behind Desert Rose. That's the form and credentials for blinkers and tongue strap is number 5, Sir PIGGOT. Total gallery at a better of red is number 5, Sir PIGGOT. The 6th race is the Bangalore Racecourse 156th year commemoration trophy. Distance is 1600, 4-year-old and over. We have a look at number 1, Booker Jones. Well, Booker Jones was the one who was at 3 outings this winter. After that, once 5th in his first outing behind Iris, ran 4th behind Bixa, and in this occasion 3rd behind Automatic is Booker Jones. King Dakar Giacosa is number 1, Booker Jones. Race number 77 is the one which is in question, and finished on ending up 3rd in this outing is Booker Jones. One tongue strap basket bit cross band rated at 90. 2 will be Iris, and number 5, Star Carnation. These are the 2 runners we go across. So Star Carnation is the one who has been produced about 6 wide off the fence. Tutankhamun is the winner of this race. But let's have a look at Iris's credential. Winner on the first starting, beating Ultimate Warrior, and 5th out of 7 runners being Tutankhamun's one blinkers crossnose band rated at 100. Whereas Star Carnation, on the other hand, ran 4th out of 7 runners rated at 86. Is number 5, Star Carnation. And 3 will be Nazan and Ultimate Warrior, the next 2 runners. Let's have a look at Nazan's credential. Nazan was the one who ran 5th behind Smilestone, with twice 2nd behind Sagrada, and 2nd behind Sarais Nova. In fact, just about a length separating these 2 runners. And this horse has been showing some exemplary form. In fact, gathered momentum in the last few meters to come and finish on a length behind Sarais Nova. In fact, certainly a good performance coming in from Nazan's one blinkers tongue strap rated at 80 is number 3, Nazan. What's the script out of Quiet Lane. 4 will be Sadiq. The Mysore challenger Sadiq, who ran 2nd. Kangara was the winner of this race. And Kangra, with the rider looking back to see any possible threat, still traveling well at the stage. But Sadiq could come and only finish on 2nd on the starting. Winner in his previous starting, beating Country Music. And 2nd out of 5 runners behind Kangra. It is sporting tongue strap is number 4, Sadiq. The 7th race is the Premium Spirit Plate Division 1. Distance is 1200, forces rated 15 to 35. We have a look at number 1, PRAZSKY, who finished 3rd. Charmed Life was the winner of this race, and PRAZSKY was the one who was in the 3rd position and ended up eventually finishing on there itself. 3rd out of 9 runners behind Charmed Life is PRAZSKY. Is out of Elusive City, out of Quiet Lane is number 1, PRAZSKY. Putting blinkers and tongue strap rated at 31 is number 1, PRAZSKY. 2 will be Streak Ahead, who ran 2nd. Amazonite, the winner. 3, Fantastic Cap, finished 10th. Up there in front was Amazonite, and Prince Azim was in that mid-pack and finished on 4th on the starting as Prince Azim. But let's have a look at streak ahead's credential. 3rd in Mysore behind St. Petersburg, and 2nd on this occasion behind Amazonite as streak ahead was still having the slender lead when Tungstar crosses band rate 31. Fantastic cap was the one 7th foremost part of the journey and fell back to run 10th out of 11 runners as Tungstar Pacifiers rated at 30, and number 6 on the other hand Prince Azim finished on 4th on the starting after that 3rd being Noble Sapphires Tungstar rated at 30. Habanero, who finished 2nd. AGNAR was the winner, and we also have a look at number 8 on the other hand, that's AGNAR, and number 12 coming up for scrutiny is Bold Move. But let's have a look at the first runner, Habanero. Habanero was the one who ran 11th on the first running behind Angelina, with 4th behind Silken Striker, and 2nd behind AGNAR. Just about a long neck separating the first 2 runners is Habanero's one Blinkers Tungstar rated at 30, still having that slender lead and got beat in the last possible stride. AGNAR on the other hand was the eventual winner in this race, rated at 28, putting hanging, but came in and eventually nailed down in the last possible stride is AGNAR, whereas the other runner, Bold Move, finished on 3rd on the starting, rated at 26 as one Tungstrap and Crossnose Band. We move to the next runner will be number 5, Paradiso, the winner being Photogenic, and Paradiso was the one who was at 3 outings, once 4th, but his other 2 outings disappointing, rated at 36. We already had a look at Prince Azim, so we move on to number 7, that's Princess Pride. Princess Pride ran 7th. Ain was the winner of this race, and Princess Pride was the one towards the rail side, gradually fading out of the scene after that wins in his previous outing, ran 7th out of 13 runners. Ain was the winners from Blinkers, rated at 29 is number 7, Princess Pride. Inky Black and number 11 also coming up for scrutiny, Granada. These are the 2 runners we go cross to. Inky Black was the winner of this race, led the field, and ultimately ended up winning by a margin of 2.5 lengths was Inky Black. Malaf Kintyre out of Isabella's Treasures from Blinkers Tungstop, rated at 28. We also have a look at number 11 in the card, that's Granada. Granada ran 5th on the starting after the 10th in Mysore, rated at 27. The winner being Inky Black on this occasion, winning this race by a decisive margin of 2.5 lengths. And 10 will be Gold Mist. Gold Mist finished 3rd. Lawrence of Arabia was the winner of this race, being produced about 4 wide. A little bit of jostling out there, and then ultimately Gold Mist was the one who ended up finishing on 5th in the starting. After that, 6th on the first running being Angelino, and 2nd being Casey, and in this occasion ended up finishing on 3rd out of 12 runners. Lawrence of Arabia, the winner, stop rated at 27. The last race coming up will be the Division 1 of the Raichur plate, distance about 1600 meters. We start off with number 1, Tough Tactics, who ran 8th. War Envoy was the winner of this race, and Tough Tactics was the one who was almost last, in fact, with the winner being War Envoy, who traveled wide and came and eventually won on this occasion by a margin of a nose, whereas Tough Tactics ended up finishing on 8th on the starting. Well, hasn't maintained that model of consistency in his last 4 outings as Tough Tactics from Blinkers, rate 34. 2 will be Santiago, who finished 3rd, and Santiago was the one putting the red cap, ended up finishing on 3rd on the starting. The winner being Spirit Bruce, who came in and charged in on the outside in the last few strides and won by a margin of a head, whereas Santiago finished on 3rd on the startings. For Tungstra Crosses by Side Chickpeas, rated at 33. 3 will be Radiant Treasure. Radiant Treasure finished 7th. Mystic Flame was the winner, and Radiant Treasure in the colors of white with blue braces, white sleeves is Radiant Treasure. Arazan out of Warsaw Pact finished 7th, 5th behind the King of the Wind, and 7th out of 11 runners behind Mystic Flame. When Blinkers Tungstop, rated at 32 is Radiant Treasure. 4 is James Bond. James Bond ran 7th. Raven Star was the winner in this race, and James Bond was the one who was in that mid-pack. Sporting that yellow cap was James Bond, given a couple of backhanders, but the response was none, and finished on ending up 7th out of 11. 7th right throughout, in fact, was James Bond, rated at 31. From Tungstrap Side Chick Piece is number 4, James Bond. 5 will be Fiorenzo. Fiorenzo was the one who was traveling about 6-7 wide off the fence. In fact, as Fiorenzo and ended up finishing on 6th on the starting. After that, 2nd on the first starting behind Proud Prince, ran 6th behind Mohican, and 6th behind Noble Sapphires. One Blinkers, rated at 30 is number 5, Fiorenzo. 6 will be Bazinga. Bazinga ran 9th. Lawrence of Arabia is the winner of this race. And Bazinga is out of A set of Priceless Memories. Is Bazinga was the one who ran twice 4th in this winter. And subsequently ran 9th on 2 occasions is Bazinga. This run ran 9th when Lawrence of Arabia rated at 27. 7 will be Constantinople. Well, Constantinople ran 2nd. Angel's Kiss was the winner of this race. And Constantinople was the one who's been running into the money on both occasions. Has had 2 outings and both his runs into the money, finishing 2nd on this outing, 3 3/4 runs behind Angel's Kiss. Previously ran 3rd behind Benediction. It's one Tungsta Crossnose Band side cheek face rated at 27. 8 will be Blarney Stone. Blarney Stone was the one who ran 8th. The Amazonite was the winner. Almost in that last position was Blarney Stone, given a couple of hard cracks or so. And this horse ended up finishing on 8th out of 11 runners, 2nd for most part of the journey, and fell back gradually to run 8th out of 11 runners. Be an Amazonite rated at 25 is number 8 Blarney Stone. Rebuttal out of Velvet Queen. 9 will be Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was the one who ran 11th. Multifaceted was the winner in this race. Literally blew the field off on this occasion is Multifaceted, whereas Game of Thrones on both occasions ran 11th in the colors of orange with Royal Blue cross sashes and sleeves orange cap. Finished 11th on this both his outings. 11th being Air Command and 11th being Multifaceted. When Tungsta Cross was band rated at 25. A supported of Tanzanite is number 9 Game of Thrones. We have a look at number 10, King Creole. King Creole ran 7th. Treasure Delight was the winner. Well, being produced about 5-6 wide off the fence was King Creole. Been pushed and the response was none and ran 7th out of 12 runners. Is that of Surf Rider. Capriole is number 10, King Creole. Treasure Delight is the winners from Crossnose Band. Rated at 25 is number 10, King Creole. And the last runner for the day will be number 11, Marco Polo. Marco Polo ran 3rd. Ambrosio was the winner of this race, and Marco Polo was in that fighting line, almost in that 4th position, and ended up finishing on 3rd after that 8th being Full Bloom. Ran into the money, finishing 3rd out of 11 runners. Ambrosio, the winners from Blinkers Tungsta Crossnose Band, rated at 24 is number 11, Marco Polo. So that's when the pre of today's race will join you tomorrow. Until then, thank you from all of us from the CCTV room.